There are times when you just don't want to pack a giant tripod around. And for that reason, FLM has sent me their travel tripod, and we're gonna take a look at that in this video. So I've never really bought into the whole travel tripod thing. I've always been the type of person where I just wanted a big, beefy, really solid tripod. For that reason, I've always used giant tripods like this. This is my Really Right Stuff 3.4L tripod. I love this thing, but it is a beast. FLM has sent me their travel tripod, and as a size comparison, you can see how tiny and cute this thing is compared to the Really Right Stuff. This is the CP-26 travel tripod, and there is a monstrous difference between the weight of these two tripods. I took this with me to Iceland, and I was really pleasantly surprised by several things. So we'll get to the ball head in a minute, but first I want to take a look at these legs. There's a lot of features that I really like about these legs. For one thing, it's far more rigid than I expected it to be. I've played around with travel tripods before, and they always kind of get flimsy when you set them up. But this particular one, when it's fully set up, it just it doesn't have that flex that you expect a tripod with these small legs to have. When you get it tightened down and you set it up, it is far more rigid than you expect. It's got a little bit more wobble, obviously, than a big herky tripod, but it sets up pretty solid and pretty stable. I took this to Iceland. I did not hesitate at all to grab this, and I never experienced any kind of unnecessary shake or anything like that due to it being such a small tripod. The other thing that I really appreciate is how quick these knobs loosen and tighten. It takes like not even a quarter turn. It takes like an eighth turn to fully loosen them, which makes it really quick to tighten and set up and tear down your legs. Another thing that I love about this tripod is that the center column comes out. So many of these travel tripods, a lot of the size benefit is negated by the fact that you can't take the center column out, which means that you can't get as low to the ground. With this one, you can take that center column out, and as a result, you can get very down low and close to the ground. I love that about this tripod. Even maintain the little hanger hook, so you can hang something like your camera bag from the bottom of it. It does have a bubble level at the top here, so that helps to get the base of your tripod level for doing panoramas. And it is so incredibly light. When you throw this on your bag, it almost feels like you're forgetting your tripod because it is so light. Really nice after packing a big tripod around like that. So the leg locking mechanism I actually really like. It kind of has a dual function where you can press it all the way down like this and it'll stay disengaged, so you can lift it all the way up, press it back down, and then it'll ratchet down into place. The other way that you can do it is just to half press it, and then it'll fall into each stopping point. Who knows how it's going to stand the test of time. I really liked the Physol locking mechanism as well, but it started to fail on me. So hopefully this one maintains its functionality over time. I will say that I have had to adjust the legs once, which is one of those things you're gonna have to do to any tripod. But I adjusted it once. It's been fine ever since, but I will say that they did get floppy on me once. So this ball head has some really cool features as well. This is the CB38 ball head. One of the things that you really notice about this ball head when you first start using it is that it takes almost no force at all to get to the locking point where it's just rock solid. Like, you can turn it well past where you need to, which is really cool from such a small compact ball head. Weight wise, it comes in fairly light. It's a great companion to this particular tripod, but I think it would be totally usable on a larger tripod as well. So it's got a couple unique functions here. It's got this tension knob, which is kind of in a different place than where they normally are. It'll only allow it to get a certain looseness. That way when you loosen it, your camera is not flopping all over the place. Another really unique function is this 15-degree stopping pan knob. So normally you have a pan knob, you lock it down and you can't turn it. Well, on this one, if you have your pan knob loose but you have your 15-degree knob tight, it's going to click every 15 degrees, which is really cool for doing panoramas. That way you're doing a very consistent gap between your panoramas. Really cool function. Another cool function is this tilt knob. So when you have your main ball head knob loose, your main tension knob loose, but you have this tilting knob tight, it'll stay put from side to side, but it'll pan freely straight down, straight up. What that's useful for is doing vertical panoramas. Really interesting function. I would say the only con that I can really find to this particular ball head, there's two. I definitely prefer a lever lock mechanism for the top plate. They do make a lever lock plate, but it's very different from what I've seen in the past from other companies. I'd be interested to try that out. The other thing is that it just has so many knobs that when you first start to use it, you kind of grab the wrong one and you're fiddling between each one. For people that don't do a lot of panoramas, this head might be a little bit overkill, but people that do use those features are gonna really appreciate them. So it's kind of up to you. If you do lots of panoramas or ever do a vertical panorama, this head is gonna be excellent, and it's a really nice companion to this particular set of legs. So as far as cons for this particular tripod, it has a lot of things going for it. It's very rigid. You can take the center column out. The leg locking mechanisms, the leg lock knobs are really well designed, so they grab quickly and easily. This also takes apart very quickly and easily. It's very easy to take apart and clean, which is a good feature. As far as the cons, there's only two. The main one is that, it is a travel tripod. It is not very tall. If you're shooting close to the ground often, this is gonna be all the tripod you need, but if you are the type of person that likes to shoot at head level, or if you're the type of photographer that uses the viewfinder a lot when you shoot, this is not gonna be a great tripod for your everyday driver. The other con is that it is a pricey one. As far as travel tripods go, this is going to be kind of your upper tier. Currently, this tripod is selling for this much, but personally, at that price point, I think you are getting a whole lot of tripod. This thing is built really well and it's quality. There's no part of this that is cheaply made. Everything about this particular tripod just feels really well made. So for that reason, I think that this is a buy. So much in fact that I'm pretty sure that I'm going to be picking this one up, because there are those times when I just really appreciate having a small tripod. All right, thank you guys so much, guys. I'll put links to this stuff down below. I know that they are gonna be sending me their larger tripod as well, so if you're more interested in the large tripods, check back later. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.